Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another YouTube video. Now today we got my boy Strawberry Park. Shout out to No Boat, Rob, and Rhino. I got 15 kids, 6 baby daddies. I'm speechless. If you hear the noise in the background, that's my AC, because I am sweating. I can't sleep at all with this freaking heat. It's hot as freaking in Illinois right now, but what, like, do you think about who you, and someone gotta pay for me and my kids? Oh my lord. 15 kids, that's a whole lineup. That's Nick Cannon's type stuff. 6 baby daddies, bro. Holy 15, bro. That's a whole starter and bench. That's a whole football team. What it said, woman had 50 children evicted. Now she wants government welfare office to help her more than they already are. Part 1.
15 children and got evicted. Now she wants the government/welfare office to help her more than they already are.
I don't have any clothes. People been donating food just around here, just helping me out with food, and I don't have anything.
You just let the baby daddy just bust you 15 times? This girl about to get a record of John Cena holding a world title 17 times. Are you trying to beat his record?
We called the Department of Children.
15 kids. Think about that right there, man. Holy fudge. 15 kids.
Families to see what they've been doing to help.
Kids, man.
DCF says Hillsborough Kids Incorporated
How?
has...
And of course the baby daddy, of course the dad's is not in her freaking life. Man, is that easy for you to open your legs?
been helping by paying Adams
Poor
rent,
kids.
even providing her furniture. Adams says it isn't enough.
Somebody needs to pay for all my children, and mine and Gary.
Yeah, definitely not me. No. You and your 15 years. Imagine trying to go to McDonald's or freaking oh my god. Imagine going to a restaurant. Oh my lord. They're like, these are your kids? Oh.
All our suffering, all our pain. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
DCF Regional Director Nick Cox wanted to see for himself the situation that Adams now finds herself in.
Someone needs to be accountable for all these kids I decided to have.
37-year-old Angel Adams blames the system for her problems.
Wait, hold on. Wait, how old she is? No,
Adams
man,
now finds herself
how old she is?
Someone needs to be accountable for all these kids I decided to have.
37-year-old Angel Adams blames the system for her problems. A system of social service agencies trying to help her. Adams has 15 children, 12 who are now living with her in this small motel room.
Old Spice Rider's long-lasting freshness makes me smell good, so Coach thinks I'm slacking.
If you're working...
Anyway.
While we were in the room,
What the fuck?
children had no food available, no shoes, and Adams says they haven't had a change of clothes in more than 3 days.
Man, it's your fault for letting your legs wide open to 6 different people and letting them not wear a condom but just do it raw dog way. And it's your fault for not choosing the right people to be with. This is all your fault. You need to hold
A
accountability.
concerned employee of the
I
motel
fucked up.
called us after seeing her plight.
For choosing the wrong
Landlords
people.
recently
I think.
evicted Adams and her children from this Tampa apartment after discovering she was living there with her 12 children. The kids' clothes, books, toys, and furniture are now out on the curb, picked over by scavengers. The building's owners say they gave ample warning to Adams, warnings they say she chose to ignore.
We tried to help them and I think several other agencies, you know, with the paying of her rent and the paying of her utilities and stuff.
She got no job.
You know, did more than
getting
their
a job.
part.
You got
But Adams
kids.
says her life didn't start to fall apart until social service agencies got involved. Her fiance, Gary Brown Sr., the man who fathered 10 of her 15 children, was arrested. And Adams says she was left with nothing.
I don't have any clothes.
Good example.
People been donating food just around here, just helping me out with food, and I don't have anything.
We called the Department of Children and Families to see what they've been doing to help. DCF says Hillsborough Kids Incorporated has been helping by paying Adams rent, even providing her furniture. Adams says it isn't enough.
Somebody needs to pay for all my children, and mine and Gary, all our suffering, somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
That's crazy.
That seems like an SNL skit or something.
Somebody needs to be held accountable for all it is, okay?
All of my kids.
You see these 15 kids?
What the fuck? Someone needs to pay for my 15 kids.
That's a minimum 15 years of her life, from 22 to 37, to just be pregnant after pregnant.
Or I mean, at least after the third or
15
fourth, kind of have
times.
some sort of
Or was
life plan on like, are you ready to have a fifth, sixth, seventh, or eighth?
Or was
Ninth?
she getting taken care of for so many kids, so it wasn't a problem? And then the government cut her off, or obviously got evicted, and now it's like, oh shit. But also, if she never had a job in the first place, I don't know her situation. Why are you having kids? So not just like hard to be like, how does that not make any sense? I get like having one, maybe even two. Like these weren't supposed to be there, but now we're making it happen. 15, that's intentional. Like, that's
intentional.
You gotta try to have 15.
It's like, come on, man.
Because that's not even a normal number any family ever has.
And it seems like something that you would, if that was your goal to have 15 kids, I would want to go into it being like, we have a lot of money and a lot of resources to pay for these 15 kids.
And the thing is, looks like you almost all your baby daddies you date is in jail, and it looks like you don't even have a job. It's not even enough to take care of the whole kids. Either way, like you're not even thinking, like you're not even financially there to even take care of 15 kids. Like,
expensive.
The father's all happy, like, just busted real quick, got all these kids. Peace. He probably don't want to come out.
He's probably catching more charges in there. Like, I ain't paying for shit when I get out.
I guess worst case first, if something happens to her,
she
you give
said
your kids up to just
one
foster
big
care.
daddy
At that
get her
point, would you
10.
rather
Like,
just give your kids
wow.
away? If you can't support any of them.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm surprised they haven't got taken away from her.
So even not even letting the kids shower for 3 days or change,
surprised
that's
too.
messed up. Like, that's not
Child
fair.
abuse.
And there's probably also 3 days of no food. That's not fair.
There's even more. Here we go.
Like, she's got to do something. She's just saying, I don't know, I don't have anything.
All the suffering.
Why
And
is
someone
that
needs to
about?
pay. You ever thought maybe you should?
Like, I haven't seen her grind a little bit.
I know there's some help that's been coming your way, but what I'm concerned about right now is I want to make sure, number one, that for right now, you know, all of you and your kids don't belong in that one room.
You're a child abuser. 15 little kids all in a room that's unsafe, that's unsanitary. They're all dirty. You're getting sick in there and shit. They don't
No
have
health care, like,
hungry,
no
dirty.
shoes.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do?
How did you let it even get that far? That's like the craziest part.
Yeah, was the husband or the
Was he taking
father
care of it up until that moment?
providing all the way up until you got locked up? And then it's like,
Like
okay,
this?
it sucks for her that she got left with the kids. I don't know if that's the case.
Because some of them look like they was 10.
But at a certain point, if you're deciding I'm going to have 15 kids, technically your spouse leaving is something that's on the table. So you do have to take that into account. Like, if I'm going to have this 2 kids or something, what happens if we break up? What happens if something happens to that person? You got to factor that in.
Did they say those are all from the same guy?
10 from one guy
Oh,
and
shit.
5 mysteries.
Oh,
So she didn't. It's her fault though. She didn't learn her lesson. 5 mysteries is crazy.
If you guys would like to see more reactions and more vlogs that we can't put on YouTube, then become a member at mystrawberrypark.com.
We're gonna be posting weekly content on there, sometimes even every day. We got exclusive merch on there too.
Also, all the videos you're seeing on our channel right now have already been uploaded early for everybody that's a member on our website. Join the family.
And don't take our word for it. Look at the comments that people are leaving once they become a member. Everyone's loving it. They're getting so many crazy videos that we can't put on YouTube for all types of reasons. So make sure you guys click the first link at the top of the description or
Go to mystrawberrypark.com. Don't miss out.
Tonight, Angel Adams and her 12 children are in a much better place after Nick Cox, who is the regional director of the Department of Children and Families, got involved. He found a temporary home at a kid's place in Brandon for the family. DCF says they will sit down with Adams and a team of case management workers to determine the best way to move forward to help her and the children, Gail.
All right, Jeff. Hillsborough Kids Incorporated is a support agency that works for the Department of Children and Families. Today, Angel Yulie Adams was back in Hillsborough Court and again surprised everyone.
Mother's in jail.
She's in jail?
Angel Yulie Adams was sent to jail last week for contempt of court when she refused to tell the judge whether she was pregnant. Today, Angel finally answered the question.
I'm just a single mom with 12 minor children.
When we first met Angel Adams, she was living in a small motel room with 12 of her 15 children, ranging in age from 11 years to 6 months. And she was angry at the system.
Somebody needs to pay.
That's crazy.
Having her a sister, sibling, looks like dang. Oh my god. Why do YouTube add that crap? I hate that crap. Let me skip the dang ad. Fuck. You got your sister, grandma, cousin, nieces, anybody to help
Waiting on
you
products
out, take
wastes
care
time
of
and costs you
15
money.
kids.
Granger has what you need when you need it. Visit one of...
DCF Regional Director Nick Cox stepped in and moved Angel and her children to a kid's place in Brandon as a temporary home. But Angel remained defiant. In court last week, Hillsborough County Judge Tracy Sheehan asked Angel a pointed question at a status hearing.
Are you pregnant?
Sheehan demanded to know because she was concerned Adams had been with a man in front of the children at the motel room.
Wow,
A small two-bedroom apartment she had lived in before being arrested.
Okay, yeah, that's fucked up.
When Adams refused to answer, Sheehan sent her to jail for contempt of court. Today, at yet another hearing, Sheehan released Adams from jail.
I called in everyone to say I have no interest in leaving her in jail because I think to do so just burdens the taxpayers of Hillsborough County even further.
Then DCF Regional Director Nick Cox updated the court on the children.
They appear to be doing very well.
And finally, Angel Adams spoke, surprising everyone.
To your question of me being pregnant, no, I am not pregnant. And no, my children have not been around any men outside of their father.
Adams went even further, apologizing to the court and to DCF.
And I do want to apologize to you and say I'm sorry to everybody in the room. You know, I understand that these people have went out of their way to get a house for me and my children.
Today, the judge revealed when her children were taken away before, Adams went for 10 months without seeing them. DCF Director Nick Cox says he hopes to work with Angel this time to return the children to her, but he says that depends on her actions. In the Tampa newsroom.
I would think 3 kids is a lot.
I think I'm stopping at 2.
You ain't going to 15?
Maybe it gets fun when you're at 10. You're like, fuck it.
Like, it just becomes irresponsible at some point, right? Like, how are you at 12 kids and like, I can do another? It would all have to be accidents at that point. Unless she planned for failure.
Again, it feels like child abuse to me when, dude, these are all sentient beings that you're creating.
That need like endless love, care, like a lot of work. For one, you are not giving all 15 the same attention.
No, there was no food in there when they went into the motel.
Yeah, and I got the 10-year-old having to become a mom at 10. Like, oh, mom's upset. Mom needs help. I have to take care of. Like, you can't go be a kid now.
You're a menace to society because you just brought in.
You in momhood or dadhood. You gotta take care of your other 11 siblings. 11 to 6 months, man.
15 lives.
And now all of them aren't even have their own parents, dad or mom, around because they're both in jail.
Correct.
And now you're just in another home, which is definitely better. But how does it make them feel knowing that, like, damn?
And then you're not a competent mother.
It's not fair. It's not fair to the show.
Because even if she was in their life, it doesn't even matter because she's not even doing anything.
They're actually better about her, but that's even sad that she brought them in just to deal with this in the first place.
Yeah, they didn't have a say in their situation, and she brought them into a shitty situation. 15 people.
They should have gave her like a reality show. Don't you get a show at a certain point? Like, then you have like a crazy.
Okay, I will give her housing, but she got to be on
a movie, the Cheaper by the Dozen or whatever, Brady Bunch. They can think of something. Motel Takeover, something.
Motel Madness.
Motel Madness has a ring to it.
Motel Madness.
Wait, that's good.
You might be on to
We should produce that.
We'll go to the jail. We'll call her up. We'll bail her out.
That's what YouTubers are doing.
Yeah, that's a new thing. Go to jail. Bail people out.
So we're moving you and your kids back to the motel. Hear me out.
I could probably house like 5. Y'all can take 10.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'd watch that, bro. I'd watch that. I'd tune in. Because it's like, yeah, it showcases like, you know, the negative side of their life or whatever, but at least they're getting paid and some recognition. They could, you know, branch out and do something else with their social media. Might be too much. I don't know.
Do you think some people should be kept from being able to reproduce?
Yeah, but it's like, how do you?
You couldn't regulate that.
You can't regulate that.
But in a perfect world, isn't it unfair to the children being born?
That's terrible.
Like you be seeing certain people with no IQ, and it's like, dude,
you're pregnant.
What?
Yeah. Good luck. She wasn't even thinking about any of that. It's just like if I could or not. It's just like I'm horny right now.
And who has to pay? You.
Y'all need to pay for your kids.
It's your responsibility. Someone's got to be held accountable.
Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
And someone does have to pay. And it's technically, it's taxpayers in Florida. So if you're in Florida, these are technically your kids. If you're from Tampa, drop it in the comments.
You guys are parents.
You got 15 new kids you didn't even know about.
Tampa Bay. Peace.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, Nate.
Oh, those are not my kids. No, no, no. You ain't gonna see me having no kids until I'm 30. I'm saying that right now. No, 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 no. Shoot, I think 5 is freaking high. Shoot, 3. Shoot, that too. I hope y'all enjoyed the video though. That is 15 kids, man. That's a whole. That is. Yeah. Let's just say that you're never gonna see me have that much kids. But I hope the kids is in a better situation. I hope the mom is in a better situation. I hope the baby daddy or the dad is in a better situation now. Looks like this is like years ago. I hope they're in a better situation though. But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you want in the comment section. Yeah, I'll catch y'all at the next video. Peace.